Hi, my name is Dr. 𝗴𝗿𝗀𝗀𝗀, and I would like to invite you to a very special event organised by Nourishing Australia. Now, I am a proud co-founder of Nourishing Australia, a not-for-profit organisation that is dedicated towards educating people about the importance of healthy soils, healthy water cycle, healthy plants, healthy animals, healthy food, and healthy planet. They are all connected, so we are all affected. Now, the special event is this conference. It's a groundbreaking conference on the 1st of November at the Guthrie Theatre at UTS, How Soil Health Affects the Climate and Human Health. And both of those things, climate health and human health, are things that we are all interested in and should be engaged with and can do quite a lot about. So that's what this day is about. Look, animals are demonized nowadays. You know, everyone's critical of people eating animals and how cruel it all is. But there is a difference between industrial agriculture, which is not great for animals, and what healthy animals can enjoy. And from healthy animals comes healthy soils, importantly, healthy food, importantly, and there is a big difference. Do not blame the resource, blame how the resource is managed. And we can all agree that the way the resource is managed is not great for animal health or human health or planetary health. There is a better way, and that is what this conference is all about, apart from a whole lot of other things which I'm going to share with you. So healthy animals means healthy food and healthy planet. Now, soils are key, and soils are key to retaining moisture and cooling the planet. And healthy soils are what healthy food is grown in. But we are losing soils by the tonnage every moment of the day. And animals are an important part, as you will learn at this conference, about how to regenerate soil in a timely way instead of the 500 years it takes to typically regenerate soil. The whole point about soil health and retaining moisture is to avoid erosion and to increase the deposition of soils. Now, we know instinctively about the large water cycle, which happens out there in the ocean, but the small water cycle is something that is critically important and that we have a great deal of influence on by the decisions we make, not only on the farm, but in the food that we eat. And that's what this small water cycle addresses, and that's what healthy water cycle is about. And it's a whole range of issues that we'll be going into, but essentially the difference between a dry or drained landscape, like the one on the left, which we are all familiar with seeing, and this hydrated landscape is something we'll be addressing at the conference. What is regenerative agriculture? What is natural sequence farming? What relevance does it have to you and me? Quite a lot, as it turns out. This is a good example of land that we often see, and it's poorly managed and poorly hydrated. So this is an experiment, well, not an experiment, it's a way of managing the land called natural sequence farming by controlling how water flows through. And just by simply adding a few little barriers to slow the movement of water through, this is literally going from one moment to the next, but 6 months later, this is what that same land looks like. So we are talking about the same land. There's that telegraph pole there, and here we are with vegetation, lush vegetation, and the control of the water cycle. This is land that we are seeing increasingly in Australia. These deep, eroded creeks and poorly managed land. And I was recently at up in Armidale, and literally on one side of the road was this. So this road is exposed to the same climate supposedly, but on one side of the road, poorly managed grazing property. On the other side of the road, well-managed grazing property, but with vegetation being the key. And we can change this into that. And that is all about proper farming practices, about healthy water cycles, healthy plants, soils, animals, etc. This is the conference. These are some of the questions that should or would concern most of us about human health and about climate change in general. And these are the things that we are going to be covering, some of the many things we're going to be covering in the conference on the 1st of November at the Guthrie Theatre at UTS in Sydney. It will also be online. These are the speakers, a great range of speakers. I'll be emceeing the event. It'll be a TEDx style discussion or presentations, followed by lots of panel discussions and lots of opportunity for Q&A. So what can you do about it? What can you do for your health and for climate solution? Well, attend the conference and find out. You can go on to humantics.com.au and search Nourishing Australia. And I will look forward to seeing you there. If you can't make it, there is an online available and questions will be able to be taken from our online community. I look forward to seeing you there on the 1st of November at the Guthrie Theatre at UTS in Sydney. Until then, Dr. 𝗴𝗿𝗀𝗂𝗀𝗋 here. Be well.